Hello people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray and thank you for watching. Today we're going to be going ahead and oiling up the fretboard here on my Epiphone Thunderbird bass. I have the truss rod cover off at the moment, not the biggest deal. Two things you are going to want to do with this is obviously you're going to need some sort of oil. I have Old English lemon oil. It's technically mineral oil, it's not actual lemon oil. If you use actual lemon oil, you're going to have problems. There is actual, supplies for this. There is fretboard oilers, but keep in mind you can technically use whatever you want, minus actual lemon oil. Don't put actual lemon oil on your fretboard. You will have problems. Now, it may be a little hard to see, but she's a little dried out. Nothing too bad. And you're also going to want some sort of rag or cloth for this as well. So it's really simple here, it's not rocket science. You just go down the fretboard here, a couple dots every couple of frets. You don't want a shit ton, I can tell you that right now. And just be careful doing this close to your pickups, because you ultimately do not want to get this all over your pickups. Take your cloth and just rub it in nice and good here. Get all of it in there, wipe off the excess. Oh, knocking the camera over. And go all the way down, entire length of the fretboard. I'm going to actually move this around to this side. There we go, so you can see what I'm doing. And all I'm doing, getting in between the strings. Some people prefer to do this without the strings on, but me, I think it's easier to do it with the strings on. Doesn't really matter. These are fresh strings too. They're in fairly decent shape. So I wouldn't worry about this too much. So you only really need to do this about once a year or so. This is for your ebony fretboards. This particular one is rosewood. You can do pau ferrule as well with this. Pretty much any type of wood that isn't sealed. Maple, you don't want to do this to unless the maple is not sealed. For instance, you could theoretically do this to roasted maple if it looks dried out and crappy, but you don't need to do this to regular maple that is sealed. And if you're seeing here, I'm getting underneath as well. It's not going to hurt your finish at all. I just already splashed a little bit. You can see I got a little dot right there I got to wipe up, so no big deal. We're just going down the fretboard here, and you just let it soak in. And give it about a day or so to dry. I wouldn't really recommend playing your instrument after you started doing this, but it is what it is, And you just get in there in between your strings. Your strings are going to be a little oily, so if you have a string cleaner, that'd be good. Or you can also just take all of the strings off when you're doing like a string change or something. That's perfectly fine to do it then as well, but you really only need to do this about once a year. The other thing you can do is, see a little truss rod hole right there? This one's not tight, so I'm not going to bother doing it, but if this is really, really tight, you can put some lemon oil down there, your fretboard oil down there. That'll hopefully loosen up your truss rod to make it pliable for the foreseeable future. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and show you the whole length of the fretboard finished product here, and it already looks a million times better. My fret ends are a tiny bit sharp, so that may help it, but other than that, nothing to it. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.